where the state of our country is right now. 1 in 5 adults in the United States lives with a mental illness. May have a mental illness, is living every day with a mental illness. 16 million Americans are diagnosed with depression in a year. 30% of Americans experience an anxiety disorder at some time in their life. And a statistic from the National Association of School Psychologists, an average of 132 suicides.
When I wonder about why I started Mercy Haven, I think I have to say it was circumstance. It was the time of deinstitutionalization. State hospitals were emptying people into the community. Bayshore was just prone to it because it had big mansions where other people used to use for summer. And it became hotels that the people could be plopped in, but not cared for.
Oh, hey, Donna.
Oh, hi, Kira.
Morning.
Morning, how are
Can
you?
you just look at this quick for the meeting?
Sure.
Is it okay?
Oh, that looks great.
Oh,
I'm looking
awesome.
forward to the meeting.
Okay, good.
All right.
Thanks.
So I asked if I could take a room and offer coffee and cake to people. And the hospitality center then was opened. In light of it being opened and meeting the people, you realized it wasn't cake and coffee they needed. They needed the companionship, the community, somebody caring about them. The longer we worked with them, the more we realized more needs. So getting services, getting on SSI, getting food stamps was something. But the bigger problem was if you didn't have a place to live that was worthy of you, you didn't have the motivation to do it. And so we just became advocates to try to help the people, and that was the birth. And so I think it's a long legacy of acceptance and also advocacy with state and federal government to get them the services that they deserve.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. So excited. It's our 40th year. I can't believe it. There's so much going on. So we just opened our 38th home. Our 32nd family is coming in. We're so excited. We're going to make them feel really welcome, and I know everyone will do that. Our services are growing, our staff is growing, and we're so excited. And speaking of that, we have staff in the room that's been promoted. Sarah was a housing specialist. She's now going to be in charge of Mercy Enrichment, the REAP program, food pantry, breakthrough. Is there anything you're excited about?
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to have this opportunity. I'm especially excited to be working with Breakthrough. For anyone new in the room, Breakthrough is our homeless education and outreach program. We're going to be hosting a session here next month, and we're hoping to take our show on the road to community centers, the shelters, the churches, wherever we're needed. We're going to be there. We're going to be ready. We're going to be eager, and we're really looking forward to it. I have materials here that I'm ready to hand out to anyone who's interested. Thank you so much.
My name is Jeremy Barreto. I was born in New York. I have 3 children. My life was a little rough. Grew up probably on the poorer side of things, so you know, that kind of entails a little struggle and heartache growing up. So I ended up having a little trouble a little later on in life, and I found myself homeless with 2 daughters and a wife, and not knowing what to do, you know, and looking for different ways to make, you know, fast money led me down certain roads which weren't good. I felt hopeless. I was diagnosed paranoid schizophrenic, so, you know, I'm definitely looking and questioning everything. I'm just like, hey, what's this? Hey, what's that? You know, I got my kids, I got this, and I have that on top of what's already going on with me, and it's just compounding and compounding. We were going to go get lunch because we didn't have enough money to go buy lunch. It hurts to say that, you know, now looking back. And just thinking in my head, like, God help me. I can't keep doing this. This isn't working. And I just happened to stop by a church one day, and I met this beautiful soul of a lady. And she invited me to this program that they call Breakthrough. And me finding Sister Kathy in the Breakthrough program was just like this light that just opened up. They had us learning about ourselves, asking questions about ourselves, how to help us financially, how to help us find and keep a job, how to help us get a place to stay, and how to also help us pay rent. I think the thing that stood out most was just looking within myself and questioning myself and the beliefs that I had that were taught to me, and these new ideas that I was experienced to. And, it was kind of scary, and I put in the work, so I received the benefits, So I firmly believe if you put in the work, you'll definitely receive the benefits. Breakthrough also, led me to housing, and the people at Breakthrough are awesome. They're always doing things for the kids. They're always taking us to aquariums, and they're taking us roller skating, and they're taking us to Dave & Buster's, and my kids love it. They love the Christmas party, they love Santa, they love everything. They definitely understood that we weren't that stable. So now that they do have a place, it is more of a possession. It says, this is our room, this is our place, this is ours, and for me, it's a sense of satisfaction that, yes, I can give you that, I can provide that, and you have that peace of mind that you do have a place, you do have a room, you have your own bed, you have your toys, you have a place you don't have to leave every morning and come back to at night, it's definitely awesome. I now have a place to stay. My children are in school, they're older. Just recently bought them bikes, ride around outside, up and down the street, they're happy. I'm happy, working. Just completely changed my life, 180, complete 180.
Hey, Emily, what you up to today?
Hey, how are you? I'm gonna go see Shanice, actually.
Well, how's she doing?
She's doing really good. She got her daughter back.
She did?
Yeah, we were able to get her out of the community residence and into her own little apartment. So she has like a cute little room for her daughter and everything. So
Well, she must be excited.
yes, they look
Yeah,
so
so now we can invite her to all our life activities.
yes.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I'll
See you later.
soon. Bye.
Bye.
My name is Shanice Dupree. My daughter is Trudy Dupree Bullock. I would say me and Trudy is very close, and I enjoy motherhood with her. She's my first and only. I adore her. She's very smart. She's doing well in school. She's in 3rd grade. She's going to be signing up for basketball lessons. I am trying to replace the time that I wasn't there with my daughter. The breakup with me and my daughter's father led me to end up in a shelter. It wasn't easy, it was very hard. Drugs, violence, fights. The staff, they really didn't care. It tore me down, and I think it played a big part in my mental health, and made it worse. I was there for about 3 years. It really hurt my daughter. I hurt her a lot. I got connected with a lady named Rose. She assisted me to get into supportive housing. It's a new beginning, a new fresh start for both of us. My housing manager, Emily, she visits me every once a month. She's a good support system. which I'm in need of.
My name is Emily. I am a community service specialist here at Mercy Haven. Some of the things I do include providing support for my tenants. I have a caseload of about 15 to 20. I help provide resources local to the community, such as food pantries, anything that they might need assistance with, I can provide that for them. So when Shanice first came to us, she was in our community residence. She definitely needed a little bit more support back then, and over the time she has been able to work herself up to a point where she was able to work in supportive housing, where she now has her own 2-bedroom apartment that she lives in with her daughter. We were able to provide her with furniture, with any other additional supports that she needed for her mental health, her physical health, her child. Shanice is just such a wonderful person to begin with, and Shanice is definitely somebody who decided that she wanted something better and she wanted to move forward. She was very hardworking and dedicated. She actually works in our food pantry part-time, so I had seen her in passing in the office before getting to officially meet her and work with her. So right off the bat, I knew that she was somebody who was very dedicated.
I am employed with supportive employment with Mercy Haven at the pantry.
The food pantry started in 2013 as a resident-to-resident peer. What was happening was when people were first moving into our housing, you need to stock your pantry, so we had a little tiny foods pantry for that was funded by residents. In 2020, when we saw the growing need for food services, we opened it up to the larger community. We started getting fridges and freezers in. We started getting more and more fresh produce in. We've increased our partnerships with outside agencies and doing more and more food drives. So not only do we service our residents in our housing, we're also supporting the local community at large, typically those that live close by. We offer different language services, so we're able to assist different people with their native language and provide them dignity.
The pantry has excelled, and it's moving along, and it's becoming a big foundation.
We hope the food pantry continues to grow. We would love to be able to have more of a supermarket style mentality where there's more client choice. It helps reduce food waste as well as provide people options for what they want to eat.
To be able to work at the food pantry and help others, I feel that I make a big difference and that I'm doing something to be proud of, and I'm helping people.
You're gonna cut her right. Nope. Yeah. Perfect. My name is Joey Rizzo. I am the REAP driver / job coach. 2 days a week I do the cleanings and the movings, and then the rest is dedicated to my enrichment side of the job, which are basically recreational programs, such as arts and crafts. And then I have my team of residents who are part of our supportive employment program that help me cleaning out of our residences. And after that, basically furnishing the apartment and getting it ready for new tenants to move in. It makes me feel good that somebody who's coming into a site to just feel at home as soon as they come in. They have everything they need and they can start focusing on other things in their life. Mercy Haven is like essential for people to find supportive housing. I know there's not a lot of supportive housing out there, and I know personally how difficult it is. So that's the most rewarding thing, is to be a part of an agency that is helping people. And that's really what makes me do this, is just helping people, that's all.
Okay.
I'm Lisa Giordano. My life before Mercy Haven was seemingly very normal. I grew up on Long Island, went to art school in Manhattan, lived in New York City for 35 years. And I worked in corporate America for nearly as long as that, as a graphic designer. When they asked me to teach an art class for the REAP program, I was really honored. It stands for Resident Empowerment and Achievement Program. It never occurred to me to go into art education when I was young. I didn't think I'd like it, but now that I've had an art career in corporate America in advertising, I'm sorry I didn't do it earlier in my life. To teach it to others is really inspiring because they teach you back. It's a great way to relieve anxiety, which most people find. We've got a bunch of different leaves. We've got paint. And our class like this, there's no wrong way to do things. It's just kind of whatever comes up. I'm interested to know where that's going to go, or if that's the painting. Either way.
It's going down that wall.
Oh yeah, it's going on the wall, sure. I was thinking the idea. Where is it going, Gene? It's just fun, and people become very much like relaxed little children. And all people do. And you smell crayons, and you think back in like the second grade, and it just it evokes pretty good memories for people, and I like to see that happen. I'm inspired by Yayoi Kusama, the Japanese artist. She is a person with schizophrenia, and she lives in a community much like this. In 2016, I was living in Brooklyn, and with my partner Tim, we were living there for 17 years together at that time, and he developed Parkinson's disease, and he had it for a while, and things were getting worse and worse. I never slept, and he never slept either because he had Parkinson's disease. That's part of the package. I had stopped sleeping when I turned 27. When I say stop sleeping, meaning that I averaged about between 2 and 3 hours a night. And you can do that and not die. And I did that for decades. I had to finally put Tim in a health facility in Manhattan. And I'd gone homeless because I couldn't work anymore because I wasn't sleeping at all. I was lucky that I'd gotten into a really good small shelter of 15 women. I'd volunteered at what was called the Dwelling Place, and I lived there for 2 years. And then after that, things went further downhill from there. I started really getting the symptoms of schizophrenia. It took a long time, but I finally started having full-blown hallucinations and delusions. And my mother had died in December 2021. And at that point, I'd started hearing voices and having terrible paranoia, like the terrible paranoia. The world was closed down. I think that had something to do with like sparking this on. I managed to keep these symptoms away for years, but they kind of blew up. So I walked myself over to Southside Hospital in December 2020 and was there, and I didn't really see the outside of a hospital for a year until December 2021. I was in 7 back-to-back psych hospitals here in Suffolk County. They didn't know what to do with me. They couldn't put me to sleep. They were giving me medications and they're doing their best, but it was strange. All this time, except for one visit when Kathy Hochul had opened up a window for people to be visited in institutions, in hospitals, there was no one to visit me or anyone else. And it just made the hopelessness and the paranoia just, inflamed it. I was discharged from Pilgrim State Hospital in December 2021. And I was placed in a what's called a soccer house. It's a government-run community house. And I was one of, I think, 11 people, maybe, in St. James. And from there, I guess I was there about 4 months. And one of the workers said, we have a place if you want it. I couldn't believe my colossal luck. I wake up in the morning, I can't believe I got so lucky. And I mean that every day. It's like the first thing on my mind. It's like, I can't believe I have such a nice place and that there are people who cared about me enough to have made this happen. It's almost exactly 3 years ago. And that's how long I've been here. And it's just been wonderful.
When I look at Mercy Haven and I think of other organizations, one thing that sets us apart, we're not just about housing, we're not just about mental health, we're really about building relationships. Our residents mean a lot to us, and we really want to be there from the beginning to the end.
I envision growing our visibility and support through more partnerships. We have a lot of partner agencies that we work with to really fill the gaps in healthcare. But the needs of people on Long Island and all the current issues are constantly changing. So we're always looking for new partners and ways that we can work together to solve common issues.
The need is greater than ever. The housing costs are much higher, there's rising mental health challenges, and there's people falling through the cracks. So in order for us to grow, innovate, and reach more people, we need the support of all. Whether you're a donor, a volunteer, or you sponsor us through your organization. Together, we can make sure that Mercy Haven is not only here tomorrow, but stronger, broader, and more impactful than ever before.
If you're looking to join a board, please consider Mercy Haven. It's a great experience, it's a great way to give back, and it's life-changing for yourself.
I thank all of Mercy Haven for all of your support and for helping me follow my dreams. I really do. Thank you so much. From me and my daughter, Trudy.
Thank you. You guys have been like angels in my life. God sent you into my life and the lives of my family. You've given me much more than I could have asked for. It's been a blessing.
You're not just a donor. You're not just a volunteer. You are a partner with us in changing lives. Thank you for giving people a second chance.